Number one, progressives. Right, and progressivism is a movement that really came about in the late 1800s, and it was a reaction against the alleged excesses of runaway capitalism. So workers have bad conditions, and capitalists are doing this, capitalists are doing that, and it came about as a reaction to that. And early progressives, self-described progressives, are people like Theodore Roosevelt, Dubois, Woodrow Wilson, in a different kind of sense. Theodore Roosevelt even left the Republican Party in 1912 and formed something called the Progressive Party. Didn't last very long, but he did that. And later on, progressivism, their means of achieving anything was obviously state power, state coercion. So it came to be identified with the left wing after the Great Depression happened. Franklin Roosevelt kind of took it over. So progressives and the American style liberals, the left wingers who believe in state intervention and everything, and who are distrustful of markets, would describe themselves as progressives. The word got a revival in the late 1990s, and it got a revival from within the Democratic Party, because many people within the Democratic Party on the far left of the party looked at more moderate or centrist figures within the party and wanted to distinguish themselves from them. So Bill Clinton, for example, is a person who you and I would, in terms of his policies and his presidency, I think there's a lot to like there. He understood the power of markets, a very sensible man. One could say that his personal failing was he was too liberal with his affections, but leaving that aside, he was someone that the far left of the party also objected to for a variety of reasons, his friendliness to markets being one of them. So they would therefore describe themselves as progressives to show that, hey, we are in the Democratic Party, but we are this. But I view that term as broadly synonymous with the American sense of liberal, and that's who progressives are.